Welcome to the Diamond Group of Institutions NEET and KCET online classes. Today's class plant growth and development. In that some questions. Question number 1. Refer to the functions of growth hormones given below. So here some of the options are given. Out of that options we have to choose the which options are that shows the plant growth promoters and which options are that ensures the plant growth inhibitors. We have to choose. See now that options are cell division. Cell division. So one of the cell, parental cell can undergoing a cell division and form into a daughter cells. Like these are the daughter cells are again undergoing as a cell divisions and form into a daughter cells. So like single cell can form into a group of the cells. So here the increasing of the cell number, it is called as a plant growth. So cell division, here the question was given as growth hormones. So which of the characters are that can refer the growth hormone? So cell division is the character of growth hormone. Cytokinin, one of the plant growth hormone or one of the plant growth regulator, can induce the cell division. Cell enlargement. Before the cell division, increasing the size of cell. Size of cell. Cell size will be known to increase. That increasing of the cell size also is the character of growth. Apical dominance, third option. Apical dominance. Out of the 5 phytohormones, 3 are we call as plant growth regulators and 2 are we call as plant growth inhibitors. Means 3 are plant growth activators, 2 are plant growth inhibitors. So out of the 3 plant growth activators are auxins, gibberellins and cytokines. So apical dominance is the character of auxins. So what is the mean of apical dominance? If the auxins are present at the tip region, means auxins are always present at the tip regions only, apical regions only. By the presence of auxins in the apex region, it can prevent the development of lateral branches. So only the length will be known to increase. Increase the length of the plant due to the presence of auxins at the apex region and prevent the formation of lateral branches. So that is called as apical dominance. So it is the character of auxins. So lateral branches formation will be prevented. So that is called as apical dominance is the character of auxins. Growth. Propit growth. So plant that shows the different types of the growth means different movements. We call as propit movements also. So growth of the plant can induced by the light and other factors. So some we can call as in the propit growth as a phototropism and geotrophism. Phototrophism means plants are that shows the towards plants that shows the growth or movements towards the light, and geotrophism means plant and shows the growth towards the soil. So that is those are the movement of the plants induced by the different types of the factors. That is called as a propit movements or propit growth. So it is also the character of phytohormones as auxins. Propital movements will be going to see. And differentiation. Differentiation. See here, meristematic tissues are converted into the permanent tissues. Here I said cell divisions. So these are the cell divisions of one of the parental cells and having meristematic nature. That meristematic cell can undergoing as a division can form into a permanent. Permanent cells are that cannot show the division further. So if these are the parental cells can divide and form into daughter cell, the daughter cell also will be going to act as a meristematic. And again these are the meristematic cells so they can produce the daughter cell. Those are having as the permanent cells. So now conversion of meristematic tissues into the permanent tissue, that is called as a differentiation. Differentiation also the character of phytohormones only. And it's fruiting means production of fruits. So formation of the fruits, production of the fruits, leaves, roots, and the growth of the plant body, all it is considered the activities of phytohormones only. Plant growth regulators. And here 7, seed germination. So at the time of seed plant formation, seeds will be going to germinate, and at the time of seed germination, some of the physical interactions will be don't take place, means entry of the water into the seed, and seed it have a ability to produce the production new plants. These seed will be done to produce a seedling. That formation of the seedling only called as seed germination. So that further seed germination also phytohormones will be done to involve. Example we can see as the ethylene and leaf senescence. Leaf senescence. Senescence means old age. So before the dating maturity, young leaves will be going to becoming as a old. So they can stop the activity of leaf function, that is called as a senescence. They can stop the leaf activity early stages, it's called as a senescence. That senescence will be known to seen in a leaf, it's called as leaf senescence. So why these are the leaf senescence will be known to its place. So by the activity of the plant growth inhibitors. So plant growth hormones are classified into two types, plant growth activators and plant growth inhibitors. Which are the phytohormones are that can activate the growth? Those are called as plant growth activators. Auxins, gibberellins and cytokinins that can activate the growth. And which are the phytohormones are that can stop the or prevent the growth? Those are called as plant growth inhibitors. Those are ethylene and abscisic acid. So abscisic acid is the character of senescence. Senescence, early stages maturity will be drawn to date. Means before the dating of maturity only senescence or old age will be drawn to date. Early stages senescence will be drawn to date. That is the character of abscisic acid. It's a plant growth inhibitor. And option 9, response to stress of abiotic and biotic origin, identify the functions of growth promoters and also the growth inhibitors from the above. So here leaf senescence and also some of the characters of plant growth hormones activators and also the inhibitors we have to discuss. So out of the 5 phytohormones, 3 are these plant growth activators. Abscisic acid as a plant growth inhibitor exclusively, but the ethylene, one of the gaseous hormone, it can shows the plant growth inhibition and activated characters. So these are. So out of these options, we have to identify as which of the characters are that can act as a plant growth promoters and which are the characters are that can act as a plant growth inhibitors. Growth promoters means they can involve into the formation of plantlets and also the increase in the height, size of formation of the flowers, fruits and seeds. Inhibition means they can prevent the growth and development. Those are the plant growth inhibition characters. So here they given as 1, 2, 7 and 9. So out of the given options 9, leaf senescence is a character of plant growth inhibitor because abscisic acid can induce the senescence. Early senescence stage will be donated into the plant organs. That is called as here. That organ is a leaf. That leaves will be donated early senescence stage or old age stage before the completion of function normally. And in here the same as usually mentioned as we have to seen about the growth promoters and also the inhibitors. Growth promoters and also the inhibitors characters are we are seeing in ethylene. So now up to the 7th we can call as a plant growth activator characters, and 8th and 9 we can consider as a plant growth inhibition characters. 8th is the character of abscisic acid, 9th is the character of ethylene. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up to the 7 these plant growth activators. 8 to 9 these two are plant growth inhibitors. So answer is C. Yes, next question. Which are the following phytohormones in not naturally occurring? So here phytohormones as a plant growth activators and plant growth inhibitors individually, some of the different types of phytohormones are there available in the nature. So out of the different types of phytohormones, some are natural phytohormones and some are artificial or synthetic phytohormones. So here out of the given options, which is the naturally occurring phytohormones or which are not occurring, artificial phytohormones, we have to identify. So now here IAA, indole 3 acetic acid, it is a auxin, it's a type of auxin. So this indole 3 acetic acid auxin naturally means it can available in plant naturally. And gibberellic acids. Gibberellic acids are also they are available naturally in a plant body. So these are the gibberellic acids, a natural phytohormone. And 2,4-D is a one type of the phytohormone, 2-4 dichlorophenoxyactic acid. It is also the type of phytohormone as an auxin. It is also called as a weedicide. Large size of the weed contained plants will be known to removed by the adding of 2,4-D. And N6-furfuryl aminopurine. It is also the it is also the natural occurring phytohormone. It's called as a cytokinin. It's called as trinetine. So now out of the given options, so IAA, gibberellic acids and N6-furfuryl aminopurine, trinetine. These are the three options. They are available in a plant naturally. But 2,4-D is an artificial or synthetic phytohormone. It is synthesized artificially. It is used into the killing of dipteroid plants. Large sized leaf plants will be killed by adding of 2,4-D. So answer it is C. And next question, gibberellic acid induces flowers. Yes, gibberellic acids and the argins and also some of the ethylene that can induce the flowers. So gibberellins are that can induce the flowers. Here some of the options are given in short day plants under the long day conditions. So here based upon the production of the flowers, it can depend upon the light and dark phases. So based upon the formation of the flowers by the involvement of light and dark phase duration, plants are classified into three types: long day plants, short day plants, day neutral plants. So here long day plants, short day plants, they can depend upon the light and dark phases to produce the flowers. And here the day neutral plants, these day neutral plants are they will not depend upon the light and dark phases, even though change of the light and dark phases, they can produce the flowers. So that's why we call as day neutral flowers or day neutral plants. So long day plants and the short day plants. In these long day plants, daylight should be more and the night phase, dark phase should be less. And the short day plants, daylight means daytime is less, night time or dark phase should be more. So option A, gibberellins, sorry, question it is gibberellic acids induce the flowers, they can produce the flowers. Option 1, in short day plants under long day conditions. Gibberellic acids are that can induce the flowers, they can remove the they can remove the or they can convert the long day plants into the short day plants, even those of plants are belongs into the long day. And when we are treated into the gibberellic acids, that long day plants they can produce the flowers. That long day plants are they can produce the flowers even the short period of daytime. Means long day plants are they can convert into the short day plants, or long day plants will be done to removed by the gibberellic acids and they can converted into the short day plants. That is the character of gibberellic acid. They can induce the flowers even though the long day plants in the form of a short day plant. So now option A, in short day plants under the long day conditions. So basically plants it should be present as a long day plant. The long day plant is converted into the short day plant in the activity of gibberellic acids. But option A they given as in short day plants under the long day conditions. It was given in the reverse. So in the long day conditions, it was converted into a short day plants of the character of gibberellic acids. And option B, day neutral plants under the dark conditions. Day neutral plants are they will not depend upon the dark and the light phases. And in the option C, in some gymnospermic plants only, not only the some gymnospermic plants, which are the plants are there belongs into the long day plants. These are the long day plants are that can induce the flowers even though the low concentration, otherwise less intensity of the light, less duration of the light. Means in the absence of long light phase, in the presence of long dark phase also plants will be going to produce. That is the character. So option D, in long day plants under the short day conditions. So long day plants are under the short day condition. That long day plants, even though the absence of long light, in the presence of long dark phase, plants will be going to produce a flower. So answer it is D. So finally here, gibberellic acids are that can induce the flowers that they can produce the flowers by the conversion of long day plants into the short day plants. Next question. Consider the following statements and select the correct options stating which one is true and which one is false. See here, some of the options are given. In that we have to identify as a true and false options. So here, one, first option, cotton plants do not depend upon photoperiod. So here, photoperiod, inducing of the flowers based upon the light and dark phases. So both of the light and dark phase duration, it's used to production of flowers. It's called as a photoperiodism. So you know that Garner and Allard they can propose the photoperiodism. So they given as based upon the photoperiodism, plants are classified into three types: long day plants, short day plants, day neutral plants. So you know that long day plants means they require long light phase, short day plants means they require long dark phase, day neutral plants they will not depend upon the light and dark phases. So cotton plants do not depend upon photoperiod. So cotton plant is example of cotton is a example of day neutral plant. Day neutral plants. So that is the reason it does not depend upon the photoperiod. So it does not depend upon the photoperiod. So that's why cotton plants are the day neutral plants. They can induce the flowers by the without depending upon the dark and light phases. They can induce the flowers in continuously. And option 2, phytochrome is a pigment protein complex which exists two interconvertible forms in the that is PR and PFR. So at the time of photoperiodism only we are going to discuss as phytochromes. So these are the specialized protein pigments. They are present in a leaf. So in here, these are the phytochromes. They are available in a two forms, that is PR and PFR. So PR can uptake the red light and it can produce the flower, and it is converted into the PFR. And PFR again, they can uptake the far red light and they will be drawn to converted into PR. So that's the reason PR and PFR are the specialized phytochromes. They are interconvertible. These are the interconvertible protein pigments used to the production of flowers. These are the two will be drawn to convertible mechanism seen in leaf. And option 3, sugar beet produces flowers after getting the inductive cycles of long dark periods and short dark periods. So here, sugar beet is example of long day plant. It's a long day plant, but they given as they produce the flowers long dark periods and short photo periods. Long dark periods means it's a character of short day plant, and short photo periods. So it is also the character of short day plant. So sugar beet is an example for long day plant. It can produce the flowers in the presence of long light phase and short dark phase, but the option they given as a long dark period means it is a character of that is short day plant. So option 3 is a incorrect statement. And option 4, 2,4-D act as weedicides to remove broad leaf weeds. So 2,4-D, one of the artificial arging, it is used as a weedicides, means dipteroid plants are, which of the dipteroid plants are there present in a crops, we have to remove. So by the spraying of this 2,4-D, large size dipteroid plants will be killed. So that's why 2,4-D can act as a weedicide. And option 5, argins promote growth of lateral buds where cytokines inhibit. So argins are they can produce the apical dominance. Apical dominance. So you know that apical dominance means argins are there present at the apex region. So by the presence of argins at the apex region, it can produce the formation of lateral branches. But they given here origins promote the lateral birds. So origins, they never promote the lateral birds. Origins will be known to shows the apical dominance. So here cytokinins are they inhibit. So adenex to the apical dominance or apical dominance is removed out by the cytokinins. So origins promote the growth of apical buds, it should be, but they're given as a lateral buds. Out of the given statements, option 1, cotton plants do not depend upon the photoperiod because these are the cotton is an example of day neutral plant. It's a correct true statement only. And phytochrome is a pigment protein complex which exists into two interconvertible form of PR and PFR. Yes, these are the two forms are available in a phytochrome. Option 2 also true statement only. And option 3, sugar beet produces flowers after getting the inductive cycles long dark periods and short photo periods. If sugar beet is a long day plant, does not produce the flowers in a dark phases. So it is an incorrect statement. And option 4, 2,4-D act as a weedicide to remove the broad leaved weeds. Yes, 2,4-D it is a weedicide only. It is used to the removing of large size leaf of diatar plants. And option 5, origins promote of lateral birds, they given origins promote the apical birds. So 3 and 5 statements are false. So 1, 2, 4 statements are true. So here out of the given options A, B, C, D, in the D option that is 1, 2 true and 3 false, 4 true and 5 false. So answer it is D. Next question, Richmond-Land effect refers to. So Richmond-Land effect is the character of cytokinin first. So by the uh, using of cytokinins, we can delay the senescence. Senescence means we know old age. So these are the cytokinins are especially we are going to use for the leafy vegetables and also flowers. So we have to increase the market period of the plants by the treating of cytokinins. So that is only one of the scientists, Richmond, he was explained, he was confirmed by the treating of the cytokinins, they can delay the senescence. Example, by the using of PMBA, phenyl mercuric acid, it was spraying into the flowers. These flowers are they are appearing as a fresh in several hours. So delay of the senescence is the character of cytokinin, and this is we are also called as a Richmond-Land effect because here these are the leafy vegetables and flowers increasing of the market period. Market period will be going to increase and also they can delay the senescence. Senescence will be going to delay. So here option A, induction of parthenotropy of gibberellins. Parthenotropy means formation of the fruits without fertilization. It's a character of origins and also the gibberellins, but it's not related into the Richmond-Land effect. And option B, delaying senescence by cytokinins. Yes, cytokinins are they can delay the senescence. They can prevent the getting of old age early. And option C, stimulation of stomatal closure by abscisic acid. Stimulation of stomatal closure by the abscisic acid is a character of plant growth inhibitor. So abscisic acid is a plant growth inhibitor, but it's not related into the Richmond-Land effect. And option D, suppression of axillary growth by origins. Yes, suppression of the axillary growth by origins. It's called as apical dominance, but it's not related into the Richmond-Land effect. That Richmond-Land effect means delay the senescence. It's a character of cytokinin. Answer B. And next question, in tissue culture, coconut milk yeast extract is added to provide requirement of. So we are going to done the experiment of tissue culture. Miller and Spruce, these are two scientists are they done the experiment by the taking of the callus culture and also internode of the tobacco culture they are done. So further they are added into the coconut milk and its yeast extract. This coconut milk and yeast extracts are they contain as origins. So for the detecting of they are added to provide dash requirement of. This experiment will be done by the Spruce and Miller by the identification of one of the phytohormone that is cytokinin. So here origins and the yeast extract that is coconut milk yeast extracts are they contain as the origins. including of the these coconut milk and yeast extract are having fish sperm DNA. They are used to the detecting of cytokinins. So they given as a argins, gibberellins, cytokinins, and both A and C. Here, question was asked as an indirect way. So, which are the for the detection of which component these coconut milk and yeast extract is added? So, for the detecting of the cytokinin only, by the detecting of cytokinin only, Stues and Miller they done the tissue culture experiment. So that's why answer the cytokinin not as A and C. And next question, root development is promoted by. So you know that by the using of tissue culture, applications of tissue culture, roots will be done promoted by the presence of origins. But here, in the given option, origins are not there. So origins will be done to promote the roots. But options are not mentioned, not given. Then also we have to identify the elimination method. So roots will be done developed by the abscisic acid is a plant growth inhibitor. Cytotonin is a plant growth activator. It can use into the induction of cell division. It can induce the cell division and their involvement into the transportation of food materials. And gibberellins are they can induce the growth of internodal length. And ethylene can act as a both plant growth activation characters and plant growth inhibition characters. By the adding of ethylene, root hairs formation is increased. Formation of root hairs will be don't increased. So whenever the root hair formation is increased, automatically root will be don't develop much. So instead of the ethylene here, the origin is there means you can choose as a origin only, but origin is not there. So ethylene, so we can consider as an answer ethylene. As next question, read the given statements and identify PGRS, X, Y, and Z. So here the three statements are regarding for the plant growth regulators as X, Y, and Z. One, X induces accumulation salts inside the cell. So X is one of the phytohormone. Accumulation of the salts induced inside the cell. So out of the 5 phytohormones, plant growth activators are origins, gibberellins, and cytokinin. So out of these three, one of the phytohormones, cytokinin, can involve into the translocation of food materials. Translocation of food materials and their involvement take place into the transportation of food through the phloem. And Y means option 2. Y promote rapid elongation of leaf base and internodes in a deep water rice plants. So here one of the phytohormone application we have seen, that is increase the leaf base and the internodes of the rice plant in deep water. That is the character of ethylene. So ethylene, one of the phytohormone, it can increase the elongation of leaf base and also the internode of the leaf base in a deep water rice plants. In the rice plants, which of the rice plants are present inside of the water? That rice plant leaf presents on the surface of water. So for that, increasing of the leaf base. Leaf base is increasing means automatically leaf lamina is present on the surface of water. For the increase the leaf base, ethylene is required. And application of Z to leaves shall reduce the transpiration. So transpiration means loss of water. Loss of transpiration means loss of water from the aerial parts of the plant body. So by the application of Z to leaves, they have reduced the transpiration. So out of the 5 phytohormones, 2 are plant growth inhibitors. Those are abscisic acid and the ethylene. So abscisic acid, one of the phytohormone, can reduce the transpiration. Means this abscisic acid used into the closing of stomata. If the stomata is closed, transpiration rate of the transpiration will be done to stops. So out of the given statements, so X, Y, and Z we have to identify. So X induces the salt inside the cell. X is transferring as a cytokinin, Y transferring as a ethylene, and Z transferring as a ABA. So Z transferring as a ABA, they given as a B and C. And out of that B option, X is a cytokinin. So answer is a B. And next one, devernalization occur when. So here, vernalization is one of the mechanism that is identified by Lysenko. So here means of the vernalization. It's also called as a cold treatment. So here, by the process of this cold treatment, biennial plants, which are the biennial plants, these biennial plants are they can induce the flower, they can produce the flowers before the second year. So we can reduce the by the process of vernalization, we can reduce the vegetative phase. What's the vegetative phase is there? That vegetative phase time or duration we are going to reduce. So here that is called as a vernalization. So that process of the vernalization was explained by the Lysenko. So we have to do the vernalization means these plants will be don't treated with the low temperature as a up to 5 degrees temperature. So whenever the biennial plants are treated into the 5 degrees temperature of cold, so these are the biennial plants. They can produce the flowers before the second year. Means vegetative phase is reduced, and within a 1 year only they can produce the flowers. So that is the vernalization. But the question was asked as a devernalization. Here, vernalized plants are we have to remove and it was converted into the devernalization. So in the vernalization process, we are going to done the cold treatment. So that vernalization it have to remove out means automatically we can treat it into the we can treat it into the high temperature. So automatically when the plant body is treated into the high temperature for the 30 minutes, that vernalized plant is converted into the devernalized. So devernalization is occurring. Option A, low temperature is followed by high temperature. Option B, low temperature is maintained for long time. Option C, they given as high temperature is followed by low temperature. Option C, that shows the vernalization process. And option B, low temperature is maintained long time. So low temperature is maintained the long time also the character of vernalization. And low temperature is followed by the high temperature. After the treating of the low temperature, the plant becoming as a vernalized. So whenever it was treated into the high temperature, that vernalized character will be not removed out. It will be don't becoming as a devernalized or non-vernalized. Automatically, that these are the plants. What the duration period is there to the production of flowers? Automatically, biennial plants are there can produce the flowers before the end of second year only. So low temperature is followed by the high temperature. Answer is. And next question, which of the following statements regarding origins are correct? Options are IAA, IBA are natural, but NAA and 2,4-D and 2,4,5-T are the synthetic origins. Yes, origins are the one of the phytohormones. They are having several characters we are going to use into the horticulture and also the plant tissue culture. So above these are the origins. These origins are again classified into several types based upon the natural availability. So some of the origins such as IAA and IBA, indole 3-acetic acid and indole butyric acid, these both are the origins only. These two origins are available in a plants naturally. So that's why these two are we call as natural origins. And NAA, naphthalene acetic acid, 2,4-D, 2,4,5-T, these are the synthetic origins. They are not available in a plants naturally. These three are we call as synthetic origins or artificial origins. So answer may be A. So check that B, IAA and NAA are natural and IBA and 2,4-D are the synthetic. Here the IBA is a natural origin, NAA is a synthetic origin. And option C, NAA and 2,4-D, 2,4,5-T are the natural. So NAA, 2,4-D and 2,4,5-T are the synthetic origins and all of these. So answer it's A only, IAA and IBA. These are two are natural phytohormones, natural origins. NAA and 2,4-D, 2,4,5-T are the synthetic origins.